Sonya and I are getting ready to build a Barndominium. We just signed a contract on this one. 1,365 square foot block house that's going to become a garage. 2-car garage, 1.2 acres. Here's the house Sonya and I just signed a contract on. $1,365 square feet. About as rough as it could possibly be. But don't worry, we're not going to live in this one. This is going to be our new garage. It's a concrete block house. So, gutter out, put some garage doors, better steel doors on the exterior doors. It'll be solid gold. Mattingly Junk Hauling is here cleaning out the old house. We have 2 dumpsters in a trailer. Needless to say, there's quite a bit of junk to be removed. See, this garage had been turned into an apartment and somebody was living here, but they was living pretty rough. It still has dirt floors. They just have carpet linoleum down on the dirt floor. But they're tearing out the old kitchen cabinets. They're going to strip off the old paneling and drywall, clean out what I think is the bathroom, but you can't really tell. Manly Junk Removal has finished the job. It's amazing that you can take a house to the studs and it looks better. If you're in the area, the Bullitt County, Mount Washington, Taylorsville, and you need somebody to haul junk, I highly recommend them. Man, them guys are good workers. The hardest, most frustrating part of building a barndominium is finding the land. I'm going to show you exactly how I found the land for our Barndo. Realtor.com and Facebook Marketplace are fine for looking and getting a feel for the market, but not a good place to buy property. Problem 1, you're operating in a retail environment and facing competition from other buyers. Anytime you're competing against other buyers, you are going to lose out on the property or pay too much. You need to find the property before it is listed or put on Facebook Marketplace. Problem number 2, unscrupulous agents and sellers. I like to believe that all realtors abide by the Realtor's Code of Ethics, but unfortunately, many do not. I'm going to provide 2 examples, one from Realtor.com and one from Facebook Marketplace. Here are 2 lots with an active listing on Realtor.com at the time of this video. My wife loved this property. It was close to her parents, easy access to her work, and the minimum amount of land we were looking for. This agent didn't disclose that he owned the property until I asked if the seller would mow. The property is overgrown and you can't see what you're buying. He replied that he was the owner and it was just a lot, nothing to look at. I actually drove my SUV up on the land trying to get a feel for how it lays. I spoke with the neighbor afterwards and he said I was lucky I didn't hit one of the boulders. It makes me think the agent might be looking for a sucker and is letting it grow to hide a problem with the land. Facebook Marketplace, I saw a house in Louisville, Kentucky with land I wanted badly. It was perfect. An old house on an acre we could remodel, close to her parents, and a good location. The house doesn't exist. I got on Jefferson County, Kentucky PVA and searched the neighborhood. No houses with an acre in that area. I actually reported the listing agent to the Kentucky Real Estate Commission. I assume he is putting blind ads on Facebook Marketplace to generate leads. Blind ads are a flagrant violation of real estate license law and Realtor Code of Ethics. I later found out that the property is in Owensboro, Kentucky, 100 miles away from where it was advertised. I'm going to stop the rant now and tell you what you want to know. How to find a place to build or live for a decent price. I'm assuming you have your cash or financing figured out before you start this process. If not, do so immediately. You have to be able to act fast. Step 1. Gain access to the tax records for the county you wish to build. Some counties have free access and some charge a subscription. In Kentucky, they call it the PVA, Property Value Administration. Indiana, it is the County Assessor's Office. Bullitt County, Kentucky, where we're going to build, you can buy 50 searches for $40. That's less than a tank of gas. Step 2, grab a pen and paper and start driving the roads in the area you want. You're looking for distressed properties, overgrown lots, ratty old trailers, or houses sitting on nice land. Every time you see something you're interested in, write down the address. If it doesn't have an address, write down the neighbor's address and use that as a reference to find the property on the PVA map. Step 3. If it is something you want to buy, handwrite a letter to the owner. Keep it short and simple. Something like, I was curious if you were interested in selling the property at 123 Example Street in Whereverville. Then tell them about yourself and why you want to buy in 1 or 2 sentences. 2 sentences max. Include your cell phone number and be sure to answer your phone or call back immediately. If the letter is more than 5 sentences long, you did it wrong. Handwrite the letter in the envelope. Nobody handwrites letters, and they are much more likely to open and read a very short handwritten letter. Step 4. Save their contact information. It is rare that this is a one-and-done situation. If you don't hear back from them, send another letter in a month or 2. I was lucky. About the 6th or 7th property, the seller called and said he was planning to sell and quoted me a price. Sonya and I walked the property the same day and bought it that evening. We signed the contract the next morning. Here's where the new house is going. It'd be a 10-foot front porch, 56 feet long. The house portion will be here in the middle. That's 32 feet by 56 feet. And then the back porch will be 14 feet by 56 feet. My inspiration for my floor plan is actually from a double wide manufactured house. So this is where I got my inspiration for our floor plan. Basically double wide trailer. Has a little office, great room concept, master bedroom, master bath, utility room off the back, another bathroom. That's the guest bath. 2 more bedrooms with walk-in closets. And of course, split bedroom plan. The master is over there. It's not a giant master, but we're only doing like 1,500 some odd square feet, so got to compromise somewhere. But our bath is going to be similar. You can say what you want about manufactured homes, but they are highly engineered and they don't waste any square footage. They use every inch of square footage. So it's a good place to get ideas for floor plans. Waiting for them to come do the soil evaluation. There. Yeah. See, my line goes pretty far the other side of that old house. Okay, yeah, probably close to some trees, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little bit this side. Okay.
I think that's either a big rock or it's a solid rock.
It's massive right there.
Yeah, but I don't see much good dirt here anyway.
Thought it was gonna be a little different, but it's not, is it? It's massive right on top of the ground.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I believe, almost like it gets better. I believe some of it might be fill.
Yeah, that's what I was just
over the top of this. I believe this is
That was put in the top.
Fill. But it didn't. Yeah, you get down. Somebody's put about 14 inches of fill over the top of this. At some point, because it gets better right there, but it's just buried so deep it's not going to be usable. This looks like it's going to be a candidate for direct discharge.
I bought the property assuming that was the case, and I was just hoping to get lucky.
Found a little dirt to work with. I don't know if it's any good or not.
It's just horrible on top. I guess somebody's filled this, I believe.
Yeah, I'd say you're right.
'Cause that's just horrible stuff there. It gets better down here.
I know.
2 foot.
It even dug easier down there.
24 to 30, but they've buried it.
Yeah.
That was some good looking stuff, but somebody's just buried it with some really nasty. I don't know if it's road fill. What is it?
Well, it looks like, I don't know, it may have been done years ago, but it looks like somebody may have cut this lot off.
Yeah.
And leveled it. And
Might have.
probably cut some of that up there and brought it down this way and filled it. You can kind of tell how it was. I don't think it ever laid that way naturally. Probably been a long time ago.
House was built in 55.
55, that's probably about when it was, maybe, because that garage looks like it's right behind it, it kind of comes straight up, so they probably cut that level where that garage is too. It looks like.
Well, that's a shame, because there's some beautiful stuff there here below it. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, you can see that last dipper right there is just pretty decent looking dirt that I dug out.
so we got about 20 inches of horrible stuff on top of it. And then you're down about 42 to the bottom. And from 20 to 42, it's good, but it's not usable because of what's on top of it.
Yeah.
So I was asking him if he was prepared for direct discharge option. He said he kind of bought the place figuring it might be that, but hoping that it might be
Hoping it
something.
wouldn't, yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping to get lucky.
I got you. I mean, they're good systems, but the only downfall really is there's maintenance on it. You have to do maintenance. And, it's not hard, not a lot to it, but it's you always have to do it. So.
Do y'all do your own maintenance?
We do. We sign contracts if they want to, or the homeowners can do it themselves. And what we do is the first year, you have to do it every 3 months. So the first year we do it for free. So we give you 4 maintenance for free. And then the last one, if a customer's going to take it over, we kind of ask them to come and we give them kind of a tutorial on the last one, show them how to do everything.
Yeah.
And give them the forms and everything. So like I said, there's not a lot to them. If you're somewhat handy, you can do them yourself pretty easy and it saves you money. And you just have to make sure you send your form into the state every 3 months. Basically, it's like a checklist that you do it. And then every 5 years, they do an update sheet too. So.
Depending on how much it is, I might just have you guys do it.
Well, I can get you a price on it. I mean, if it's 3 bedroom, it'll be a CE5. That's the smallest one we sell because that does up to 5 bedrooms. So a CE5, I can tell you, shooting off the hip, they're around $16,000 for a CE5.
Well, see, I talked to Tim before about a piece of property over Oldham County that was going to require a direct discharge.
Yeah, Charlie loves them over there.